It was late at night in the office I worked at. Even though I came earlier than most people, I would almost always shut off all the lights and lock the place up when I left. The office was one of those horrible giant rooms with rows and rows of cubicles, and once again I was there all alone. Just as I finished shutting down the computer and packing everything up, I noticed a humming sound. My supervisor forgot to turn his computer off. I went over there to shut it down, but then noticed his emails were open. I just couldn't help myself and clicked through a few of them. They included information on my coworkers' salaries and some of the complaints people filed, but then there was one unopened message that just had the subject, important. There were only 3 lines of text. She knows you're reading this. She's coming now. Don't let her find you. Just as I thought this was some idiotic chainmail, I heard slow footsteps approaching. I would really be in a lot of trouble if I were caught going through someone else's emails. Turning the computer off would take too long, so I did arguably the stupidest thing imaginable. I hid under the desk and hoped the person would just pass by. But then I saw something that terrified me. A woman with sickly, pale blue skin appeared, and she seemed to be looking for something. Or someone. I felt a cold shiver run down my entire body, and I had only one thought in my head. Get the hell out of here. Now. There were a few ways to exit the building, but I had to make sure I wouldn't run into this thing directly. I slowly got out from under the desk and peeked over the sea of cubicles. I saw her moving toward the front entrance. Maybe she would leave in a few minutes. I got back down and waited, but the footsteps didn't go away. Sometimes they came a little closer, but then faded back in the distance toward the front entrance. Even though I didn't recognize her, I knew this. She wanted to find me. The best chance for escape were the elevators in the back. I waited a little bit and then peeked out from the cubicle to make sure the path was clear. Like a toddler, I started crawling on all fours to hide in the maze of gray walls. I then heard her make some kind of strange grunt far behind me, so I instantly turned a corner. I tried getting a small peek. I continued on my way to the elevators. I could already see them. I knew they would make a lot of noise, meaning she'd eventually know I'm trying to leave. So I thought I was better off trying to make a run for it. I got up and quickly moved into one of the elevators, still trying to be as quiet as possible. I got in and pressed the button. But it didn't close. These were old elevators, and only the ones in the front were well maintained. So I decided to hide in the little corner and hoped she wouldn't notice me. But the buttons made a loud sound. She knew where I was. So I looked, and there she was, slowly walking towards me. I pressed the buttons over and over again as she came closer, looking directly at me. She was only a small distance away, so I once again acted like a child and just turned away and shut my eyes. But then, I heard the doors close. She continued walking, but eventually I couldn't see her anymore. My heart was still pounding. I wasn't safe yet. It felt like an eternity, but soon the elevator started moving down. I got home safe and slept off the night, but all I could think about was that office. What the hell was going on there? I made sure to get to work extra late the next morning so I wouldn't be the first one there. I quit shortly after, which was one of the best choices I ever made. I still think about it a lot. I don't know what happened that night, but oddly enough, I feel kind of grateful.